Hello, regular show watchers, and thank you. And newcomers. We will be starting the show in about 4 minutes. Can you get out of here, dude?
Welcome to Cat Butt.
As you know, we're doing a giveaway today. And as you know, you can't sit there. So make sure you...
Kirby just pulled in.
Make sure you know, or make sure you go to the chat to prepare yourself, because you will not be able to enter without being in the chat, because I'm going to look for an answer. So I'm giving people a chance to get into the chat. If you're looking for how to get into the chat and you're on YouTube, just go to GoNintendo.com. The top story on GoNintendo.com right now is the podcast, and there's a link to the chat. Or you could do GoNintendo.com/?mode=chat. And that will take you there. I know there's some lag between my talking and when you guys hear it. So don't you worry. I'm going to give people time to get into the chat room. And what's the matter?
Manty.
Where he parked on the street? In the lawn? Good. So yeah, get in there. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi, Grant.
How's the roads out there?
22 is not too bad. It's just kind of wet.
I think our hill is the worst part of it.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same story with the road by my place. It's just really slushy.
Yeah. I think it's done for the day anyway. I don't think it's supposed to do anything else. And tomorrow it's supposed to be rain.
Yeah, I heard like 60 degrees tomorrow or something.
What? That too.
You want to go with us tomorrow to that weird art show? Did you know about the weird art show?
I didn't.
So you know how on TV they advertise those like starving artist shows? They're like, no paintings over $60, all stuff like that. And it's all like hotel/motel style art. They're doing one at the Bridgewater Marriott. And me, Julie, Danielle, and Andrew are going to go.
What time is it?
It runs 11 to 4.
Yes. I don't know exactly when we're going, but it'll be sometime in between then.
I was thinking maybe like a 1 o'clock. But does that give you enough time?
I don't know. All right. Thank you, TAW. Man, it's good. It is good.
Pardon me.
Grant, we will not be doing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Tom can't make it.
Bummer.
I don't know why I didn't tell you. Like I just found out now, but I'm only telling Grant. I was like, oh, she knows.
I don't know.
I know.
So, there.
Well, Ollie might be busy tonight, Grant. We might be hanging out with someone else. I'm not sure, but I will keep you informed.
Someone else.
Well, Kate, who doesn't like to hang out with anybody, she texted me like 3 days ago and said, what are you doing the next few days? And I said, we're busy. But if something happens, I'll let you know.
Yeah, now I know you told me why she doesn't like to hang out with other people, but I forget.
She's just weird. There's like no there's no I'm afraid of men or something like that. She just is very guarded in who she hangs out with. I don't know. She's very, very picky. How about that?
She wants everything the way she wants it.
She almost came over New Year's, but then she decided not to.
I mean, I remember hanging out with her before.
I know. Oh, I know. Well, you know, not to air her dirty laundry, but she's been through a lot, so I don't know. All right, podcast people, let's start doing this thing. It's time. Get in here, get in the chat, because we're giving away some games today.
What? All right.
All right, Mom Brain, let's do it. You ready? What is it? Manafi? Manafi bacon?
Manafi.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 490. The Manafi or Manafi Podcast. All right, before you read that, Mom Brain, if you are just tuning in now, get into the chat. We are giving away 2 copies of Retro City Rampage for the 3DS. We have European and North American codes, so it's open to a lot more people than usual. All you got to do is get in the chat and be prepared to type in your answer. And as I said, I know there's lag between when I say things and when you guys hear it, so I just want to make sure you hear now to get into the chat. And as soon as you hear what's up, as soon as you hear the question and you think you have the answer, type your answer in. I will be reading. We're giving away 1 code in the beginning because I don't want to be like a news show and be like, you know, this thing might kill you. Find out in a half hour from now. So we're giving away 1 now. We'll give away 1 later. So you have time to enter the chat from now until Mom Brain is done telling us about today's Pokemon. Mom Brain, could you tell us about Manafi?
Manafi.
Or Manafi?
I like Manafi. Manafi is a water-type mythical Pokemon not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon.
It sounds like Giraffe.
Oh my God! Now I really like it. Or just
all right, Manafi has the unusual ability to breed, despite being a legendary Pokemon. It is also unusual in that its offspring are Phione, which do not evolve into Manafi.
Oh, I know.
It's a member of the Sea Guardians with Phione. Manafi was the last Pokemon in the Sinnoh Pokedex before the Platinum expansion.
Yes. I think we all remember that day well.
It's a small blue aquatic Pokemon with stubby feet and club-like arms that are longer than its body. It has a red gem on its chest and a yellow dot below the gem. Its onion-shaped head has a pair of long blue antennae, which have small spheres at the ends. Its irises are dark blue with yellow sclera. Is that how you say it?
Sclera.
I don't know. I'm not an eye doctor.
And there are 2 yellow dots of eyelash markings extending from its eyes. 80% of Manafi's body is made of water. It's highly susceptible to its environment and swims long distances to return to its birthplace. It's born with a special power that allows it to bond with any Pokemon.
Its birthplace is the toilet.
You can switch the perspective of people and Pokemon with each other using a signature move, Heart Swap.
Just like Heart Ticket to Hawaii, where that thing's in the toilet. Yep. That was Manafi.
It's number 490. It's a seafaring Pokemon. It's a water-type Pokemon.
I just found it in the closet.
Its ability includes hydration. They are genderless. And they are 1 foot tall and 3 pounds.
Sounds cute. Can I see it? I think I know what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Very familiar.
It's cute.
Oh, okay.
It's cute. It's real cute.
Reminds me of a... Chode? No, that's not right. Reminds me of a Chode. Reminds me of an Elebit. That's it.
Yeah, remember those guys?
I was going to say Chobit, but that's completely different.
Is Manafi an assist trophy?
Manafi? In a Pokeball, you mean? Maybe. Yeah, Pokeball. Pokemon only come out of Pokeballs.
Pokeball.
And now there's regular Pokeballs and Master Balls. I don't know. Like, I know, like,
Or I might be thinking of a
Mr. Moneybags is in there.
I might be thinking of a Pokemon that's like the same color.
Oh yes, there are blue ones in there. All right. Let's do a giveaway.
Let's find out.
This is your last chance. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds to get in here. Go into the chat. Watch the show. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm guessing if you're watching this, you have been following GoNintendo recently. I won't ask a question from long ago, but I will ask about something GoNintendo related from recent weeks, and it should be a topic that you're all very familiar with. So here's your question. On GoNintendo, remember, type your answer in the chat. On GoNintendo.com, or the GoNintendo Instagram, either one, we've been featuring defective amiibo. I want you to type 2 of the defective amiibo we featured on GoNintendo. Go. 2 of the defective amiibo. And we've featured many. So I'm giving you a lot to choose from.
Yeah, I can think of at least 3 or 4.
Yeah. Figured 2 was good enough. No hints, but like I said, you have plenty to choose from. We've featured most of them on the GoNintendo Instagram. We've featured all of them on GoNintendo.com.
In fact, maybe some of you are lucky enough to own them.
Yes, maybe some of you are lucky enough to have sold some of them on eBay. But there are a lot out there. All right. I'm going with Zoso. Because Zoso is the first one to specifically name the defect. Zoso says 3-arm Peach, which is correct, and jawless Diddy Kong, which is also
I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, we just featured that one. I'm going with Zoso. I saw there was someone in there that named 1. I saw there was someone that named just 2 amiibo in general, but the defects were listed by Zoso.
But I don't think you said that they had to name the defect specifically.
Well, all right. I said defective amiibo, but you could say you could list like all the amiibo then, and then one of them will be right. I'm going with Zoso, but there will be another giveaway. Zoso. It's so funny seeing these. Backwards leg Peach, double arm cannon Samus, Pit with 2 bows, Luigi with no L. Yeah, see? Zoso, you got it. Zoso, do me a favor and email me at rawmeatcowboy@gmail.com. And after today's show, I will email you a code. So congratulations. We will do another giveaway, and I won't make you wait until the end of the show either. We'll probably do news, and then I'll do another giveaway. So if you don't want to hang around and watch the show because you normally don't, you don't have to. Come back in I'd say a half hour would be a good time. We still might have some news to do, but a half hour. I don't see us finishing news before a half hour. So congratulations, Zoso. Email me. Oh, please email me and tell me what region you want, North America or Europe, and I will get you that code. We have more to give away, and we have other games to give away as well, so there could be more, but right now we're doing 2 for Retro City Rampage. We'll do others on the GoNintendo Instagram and just regular GoNintendo.com. We did our Renegade Kid giveaway, which was 5... Oh, I didn't tell you that. Well, now you know. 5 Zeo Drifter and 5 Moon Chronicles Episode 1 giveaway codes. So congratulations to those winners. Keep an eye on your email or your Instagram account because you will get your notification there. I like how Oni says brown pole link. We still have Adventure Time to give away. Like I said last week, we're ironing out the details. I emailed the people that are helping us do that, and I haven't heard back from them. I'm guessing because it's the holiday. But we're giving that away. And I know Renegade Kid is up for more giveaways too, so perhaps more of those 2 games or more of other games that he's got. But Zeo Drifter is their latest game, and Moon Chronicles Episode 1 is perfect timing because the other episodes were approved by Nintendo, and they should be out in early January. So again, I just want to stress, Moon Chronicles is only Episode 1. You're not getting all the episodes. It's just Episode 1. But, yes, more Retro City Rampage later. The only problem is I have to think of another question. I can't make it news-related because I told people to leave. Mom Brain, you think of something?
I'm not thinking of anything.
I'll think of something. Oh, I said I had something to talk about. Oh, yeah. So... it's New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Congratulations on making it to 2015.
Happy New Year.
Everybody usually does resolutions. And I'm doing a resolution for GoNintendo. I said on Twitter If you don't follow us on Twitter, you can follow at GoNintendo Tweet. I said on Twitter that my resolution was to make GoNintendo, as far as my personal output, snark-free, because the internet's full of snark and I don't want any part of it. So I said, as far as my output goes on GoNintendo, it will be snarkless. So snarkless reviews and posts and end-of-day thoughts and stuff like that.
Also, we're getting rid of the comment threads.
No more comments at all. But yeah, I want to stress that the comments may have snark because I'm not writing in them. And also, I may post stories that have snarky comments from other people because they're topical, but I just want to stress that I will not be making snarky comments or making snarky remarks and
Snarky remarkies.
Snarky remarkies.
Nor does he share the opinions of said snarky.
Thank you.
Snarky remarkers.
And if I do share the
Snarky
opinion,
remarkers.
I will do so in a snarky-less way. So I tweeted that out, and it was cool. I got a really good response to it. I got a lot of favorites and comments on it. Our friend Jonathan Holmes over at Destructoid had something to say that was really nice, and he thought I was one of the least snarky people on the internet to begin with. And I said, I appreciate that, but there's always room for improvement. So, I was surprised to see Jeremy Parrish got in touch, our old friend from, 1UP and whatever. He's at US Gamer now. He commented and he said he applauded the idea because he said, snarky's played out. Everybody does it now. Everybody's snarky and a jerk on the internet. So
Yeah.
he likes the idea. So hopefully you like the idea too. I know the internet can be really snarky and annoying and mean and harsh and brutal. So hopefully you won't have too much of that on GoNintendo. So that's my goal for 2015.
And I would challenge GoNintendo readers and listeners
I bet you would.
to try to do the same.
Wait, that sounded pretty snarky.
What? No. Somebody asked me if that meant a podcast as well, and I was like, I considered a podcast.
Depends on who's on.
Yeah, like exaggerated versions of ourselves, maybe. So, like I'd say it's like for me, it's like 90% me. I'd say, but sometimes I make snarky comments that I don't actually mean.
Yeah, usually
to,
when we do it, I like to think we're being at least a little tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like voicing like the overall tone of the internet's reaction to something. So yeah. So podcast isn't going to change. Don't worry about that. And also I said I want to get into more video stuff this year, and I was talking about more butt stuff.
That's my resolution.
with other sites too. We were talking about that. So what I'd really like to do is something like very casual. I want to get into my backlog of Wii/Wii U games, and I'd just like to do some, not even necessarily live streams, but just like just videos. Like I don't want to say let's play because it's not going to be let's play. I'm not going to like do a 80-part series playing through a game, but I'll handpick some moments as I'm playing through and put that together and put those up on YouTube. I think that would be cool. So I'm going to spend part of this weekend burping and then putting together the recording thing in my office. And we'll try and get that going. I'm just trying to decide what game to start on. I might do... I kind of want to do something that maybe I wouldn't usually tackle, so maybe Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom? Oh, I should do that. There's the perfect challenge. Don't be snarky and play Sonic Boom. I like that idea. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And I know we've talked about this in the past, and I know no one believes me, but we were talking about Sprite Rippers again this past week. So I would love to do it, but I don't know. As we get older, it's harder to get everybody together. But
being a busy adult with many important things to do.
Oh, yeah,
the desire is there, so we will try. So hopefully you'll stick with us this year, as many of you have stuck with us for a million years now.
What are everybody's resolutions in the Hangout?
And I greatly appreciate it.
IRC. I want to hear what people's resolutions are.
Mom Brain wants to hear what your resolutions are in the IRC, so feel free to comment, and Mom Brain will read them. You have the chat open?
No.
Oh, so you're asking what they want, or you're asking for them to say things in the IRC, and I'm going to pay attention to that too.
Well, I can.
No, I'll do it. It's my pleasure. And also, I'm not going to say that. That's it. All right, there weren't too many top stories. Like, it's still a holiday week, and this week Japan wasn't really doing anything as opposed to the week before, where they were active during the usual Christmas break. So things were even more quiet this week. And next week we'll get back to more normal news flow, I think. Not that we haven't been covering, just, the output of news in general. But, January is a slow time for game news, so I can't expect things to go really crazy. Once we get into, like, February, March, then stuff will pick up, especially because Nintendo's got stuff coming out. Like Codename Steam, and I think Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Is that what it's called?
Sounds right.
Yeah, by the way, if you haven't seen the next issue of Nintendo Force, the teaser of the cover, we tweeted that out, or we retweeted that, and we also posted it on GoNintendo. Check it out. We're having an amazing cover done for the next issue, which has Kirby and the Rainbow Curse on the cover, but it's actually all done with clay. It is awesome. So you can get a work in progress look at that on the site, or our Twitter, or Nintendo Force's Twitter, which I believe is at Nintendo Force. All right. Here's what news popped up this week. Mr. Iwata says he was disappointed that the Game Boy Advance SP didn't have a sleep mode. This was something he wanted in the SP, but apparently they didn't have the time or the ability to do so. And Iwata was very
time to hang on to that.
Iwata was very frustrated with it because he really thought the GBA SP would make perfect sense for a sleep mode because you could close the system because it was clamshell design, and it could go to sleep. So Iwata was like, this feature is absolutely essential. But his developers said that including that feature in the GBA SP would include reworking the chip so that it could be turned on and off. And it would take a year to do that. So he had to reluctantly withdraw his requests. So obviously he said when it didn't make it into the SP, he said, damn it, our next system is going to have that feature in it. And the next system was the DS. And as you know, it did have sleep mode in it. Mm-hmm. So he said, just because ideas don't make it into hardware, it doesn't mean they won't ever make it into hardware. And Mr. Iwata says that a lot of the time, that is how they build features for their next platform. There'll be things they're doing and then other ideas they come up with, and the developers will say there's just not enough time, or we don't have the technology, or we don't have the money to do it. And they'll keep those ideas in the back of their mind and say, all right, well, when the next system rolls around, this is a feature that we have to include. So like I said, from GBA to SP to DS, you can see how that got included. And they say there's things that didn't make it into the Wii U that they wanted, and it's frustrating. But not only do they want to connect with those features next time they make hardware, they're actually working on fixes as well. So a little bit of a tease for the future of their hardware. They're pondering ideas right now that they didn't get to implement into the 3DS and the Wii U, whichever we will see a successor to first, unless you're considering the new 3DS a successor to the 3DS.
That, like, to the side?
Yeah.
Like you were throwing
away
up?
From the microphone. I'm being courteous. And Alagox? He says that last bit of the translation makes one go all, where's that 2012 interview? Yeah, there's a reference to another interview that Mr. Iwata did a couple of years ago, ties into this one, but I don't have time to research that interview. I'm sure we have it on the site somewhere, but good luck finding it in, like, Jesus. I think we have like 240,000 stories or something like that.
You can just like link to it?
I didn't know that commenter would want to read about that interview.
Oh, okay.
Europe, this week's digital downloads. What did Europe get? They got Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, as we know that hit Europe retail a little bit earlier than expected, but now the digital version is out, so now you have both options. The first Fire Emblem that Europe and North America got is now available on the Wii U Virtual Console. That's Fire Emblem, The Sacred Stones. That's the GBA game. You ever played that? You played it on as an ambassador?
Yeah. And that was the first Fire Emblem game that I ever played.
So that is available to Wii U owners now. Also available is F-Zero GP Legend. Let me set the scene for you. The year is 2201, and the ultra high-speed F-Zero is the most popular sport in the universe. Take control of 8 different characters from the veteran Captain Falcon to newcomer Rick Wheeler.
Like
Let me tell you about Rick. Actually, let me have you guys guess Rick's backstory.
Rick Wheeler. Okay.
Thank you, Nintendo. That's very nice of you to say.
He's
I'm not putting pressure on
he's
you.
racing to avenge the death of his brother, a former F-Zero champ or something.
Man, that story's great. Nintendo says Sacred Stones was the second Fire Emblem game we got.
Okay,
Shows my
that's what I
knowledge
thought.
of Fire Emblem games.
Yeah, the first one was just called Fire Emblem, wasn't it? I mean, the first one released in North America. It was actually the 7th one.
Yeah, I wonder why at that time they were like, yeah, we should bring Fire Emblem over there. Mom Brain, what do you think what do you think Rick Wheeler's about? Oh, you're not at the table? Okay.
Yeah, actually, I read that the reason they finally made the decision to bring Fire Emblem to the States and Europe was because of the inclusion of Marth and Ike in Smash Brothers Melee.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, so Rick Wheeler.
Oh yeah.
He's a cop injured in the past who is reawoken to help bring down the criminal gangs exploiting F-Zero for their own gain.
Whoa.
Pretty serious, right?
Yeah.
In story mode, speed through a series of narrative-led races across the galaxy while competing in 4 Grand Prix Cups. You can also set your best laps in Time Attack and master special challenges in Zero Test mode. Oni, I did not. If it's out there, I did not. Special offers on New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. And Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is roughly 33% off. So if you haven't partaken of that game yet, I suggest you do. 3DS got the Pokemon Slowpoke theme. This mellow theme starts Slowpoke, who loves to chill at the beach. Scroll the touchscreen to see different Slowpoke looks. We have a look at that on the site.
Wait, he only has like one look though.
But he's on a beach, so he's like laying down, or like I think he's in like a chair, or like swimming, or sunglasses. Or
So they're like glamour shots.
Yes, it's what the internet wants. Glamour shots, Slowpoke. There's also the NES fire-breathing Bowser theme. Obviously, it stars 8-bit Bowser with classic sound effects, brick folders, and icons. And you can scroll on the touchscreen to see him breathe fire. And there's also a special offer on Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the 3DS. So Wii U or 3DS, it's up to you. There's a deal on both. So kind of a quiet week, minus Captain Toad. That's a big release. But as I said, you can get that at retail already. Blue Spiel says, already got Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Awesome game so far. Yes, it is an awesome game. Fupu said, no, I lied. Well, I read his name, so I'll read his too. Martin says, deals, deals, deals. Not a huge list this week, but certainly a few things to consider. For me, I'm considering Shovel Knight as a little more affordable for me. for me. He talks like me. May even pick up that Slowpoke theme too. Still, I'm sure many people will enjoy picking up turnips as Toad this week. And when I say turnips, I mean this turns my nips to pleased mode. That's great.
That's one of the best ones.
And Fupu, because I read your name by accident, here's your comment. Fupu says, I hope GP Legend comes to North America soon. All these European VC releases, I want to play.
I want to play.
Ooh, I lasagna! Reggie talked about Nintendo's performance in general, their staff, pricing of the Wii U, supplies of Amiibo, and a lot more. This was an interview with, I don't know, I think it was Forbes. You just unplugged me. How dare you? I want a lolly.
Yeah, you got that the last one.
Is it really?
It's chocolate. You don't like the chocolate ones.
I had a chocolate one yesterday.
Because there was only chocolate left?
Uh-huh.
Well.
Hey, even the worst lollipop is still a lollipop.
But a root beer lollipop is unacceptable.
Oh, for you, maybe.
Gross!
All right.
RMC, it was Seattle Times, not Forbes.
Oh, thank you. Who says that, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Reggie says, Nintendo was able to keep employment stable amid losses because it uses a lot of contract labor that can be dialed up or down, depending on the situation. Nintendo is doing better this year than they did last year. They're still working to expand the user base on 3DS and Wii U. And Nintendo's goal is to drive an ongoing positive trajectory. The momentum we're seeing with our hardware, the momentum we're seeing with our key software titles, that gives us a lot of confidence. They expect to show a profit for the fiscal year ending this March. And Nintendo kept the Wii U price at $299, but they added games to a bundle to increase the value offered. So no price drop, but more software included. Reggie says, developing high-quality games like this takes time. It takes time. It takes an investment of people, resources, and a focus on quality. That's really significant. Wii U business is up and up strong throughout the entire calendar year. Software sales have almost doubled, and hardware sales are up about 40% over last year. Nintendo says that the holiday is very important for them, as it is for every company. Burn Cheese says, how many licks on that lollipop? Recent launches of games crucial to the Wii U success make this holiday season that much more.
Be all over.
That much more important. That hurt, I think. I think you damaged your teeth.
I have tough teeth.
Nintendo is still trying to balance supply and demand issues with Amiibo. Obviously, there's a bit more demand than there is supply right now. And they're looking very hard at addressing that opportunity with Amiibo, and they don't want to leave any opportunity uncovered with those figurines, so they understand they're a big hit. They're sorry that you can't get the ones you want easily, and they're looking at fixing that right now. I'm sure it'll get better as we get into further into the new year. Holiday season made it hard. Gambler says, I hope by balanced supply and demand, he means making more and not killing off consumers en masse. That's true. That can help with the demand if Reggie just came door to door and was killing people. Hi, do you like Amiibo? Or I imagine it's something like a mind explosion or something.
Scam style.
Yes. We did our Renegade Kid titles giveaway, which you already knew about. So thanks everybody to enter that. Here's something funny. We got from Blake Harris, the guy that wrote that Console Wars book, who had, what are they called? Character manual sheets. These are like sheets that Nintendo would put out across their own company into like retailers and magazines and review outlets and stuff like that to tell you all about their characters. So they have a sheet for Kirby and a sheet for Pauline and a sheet for Mario. And we've featured some of these in the past because they had some funny information in them. And this time, we had Wario. Obviously, he debuted in Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. And let me tell you about the official description. Somebody changed your name to Tootsie Roll.
I know. We're reading about what a Tootsie Roll is. I said it's like chocolate.
It's the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop.
Chocolate taffy, right?
I guess, yeah. I'm a bigger fan of the pop outside, but I do like, I like the non-chocolate Tootsie Rolls, like orange and lime and vanilla.
Lime and vanilla are like travesties. No.
Well, they're not. No. I didn't even know they existed until like a couple of years ago. Not Tootsie Rolls, but different colored Tootsie Rolls.
What is taffy?
Flavored.
Oh boy.
It's an ooey
That's gotta be a
candy
joke
treat.
question. Who asked it?
What is taffy?
Charlie says those words don't exist in England.
Taffy? What is taffy? It's really stretchy.
Starburst. Do you have Starburst?
No, that's not taffy.
Taffy in England.
But a Tootsie Roll is like a chocolate Starburst, is what it is.
All right, Tootsie Roll's more chewy though, and taffy is like really stretchy, chewy. Yeah, Charleston Chews. That's taffy. All right, here's the.
It's like a really hard marshmallow. Like a harder marshmallow.
That's more confusing. Here's the official description of Wario from a million years ago.
We're going to say the official description of taffy.
Let's make this perfectly clear. Wario is not Mario's evil twin.
What?
Wario was once Mario's childhood friend.
Oh my God.
Many were their afternoons that they unplugged culverts together on the way home from school. But Wario became jealous of Mario, both for his skill with a plunger and his dashing good looks. Now that he has usurped Mario's castle, Wario feels he might get a little respect and maybe an honorary degree in plumbing sciences. So obviously, none of that applies to any of the games. And for any of us that have played Super Mario Land 2, that story makes no sense. Wario makes there's no inclination or hint or anything that Wario was Mario's friend originally. So Nintendo put out these sheets, I guess, and they were written by somebody that didn't understand what was going on at Nintendo. But these were official documents. That's right, Burn and Cheese, but Wario. That's what I was saying, B-U-T-T.
But Wario.
Yeah, Wario's his last name. But's his first name. R. Smith7 says, I sort of already know that ever since I read the Super Mario Land 2 instruction booklet.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Maybe that's where they got it from.
Oh, I did not know that. Now I want to read that. I own the game. I don't think I ever read the instruction booklet. I could tell you what the cover looks like, but I never read the inside. Man, that's crazy. So I guess it is official history. My favorite story of the entire year came in on December 31st, last day of the year. Best story of 2014, without a doubt.
Wow.
So there's this guy. He's known on the internet as Chris Chan. This information comes from Moldy Clay. And Chris Chan is the creator of the Sonic Chew meme, which is Sonic combined with Pikachu. So he has some note on the internet in certain circles. So Chris Chan is obviously a big Sonic fan, has been for a while. Sonic Boom was announced, and he became very upset because, and I'm not lying, Sonic's arms were blue instead of his traditional tannish arms, much like his belly.
Living a lie.
Or his maw. So this made him very upset.
But he was okay with like the scarf and the...
Well, I don't know about the other
eyes
aspects. I mean, maybe those all led up to his ultimate anger, but arms were specifically described as the tipping point for him. So this rage, this is a true story, by the way. This rage sent him around to retailers in his neighborhood that were selling Sonic Boom or Sonic Boom toys. So, you know, Walmart, Toys R Us, GameStop, all those places. Because Sonic Boom isn't just a game, it's a cartoon. And he was taking it upon himself to deface Sonic merchandise. So he would ruin it or hide it or turn it around so people couldn't see it because he was so angry. And this all culminated with a trip to GameStop. Charlie says chocolate starbursts would be really cool.
I'm hanging out in the chat room so I can see
I
that.
see that. So this all culminated with a trip to GameStop where he was flipping around Sonic Boom boxes.
Sonic Boom boxes.
Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric and Sonic Boom, I don't remember, turning those boxes around. Shattered Crystal, that's it. So people could not see the travesty that is Sonic with blue arms. And GameStop's employees became aware of this situation, and they said, you stop doing that. You can't do that here. And he was not happy about that. So they said they were going to call the cops unless he left the store. So he was leaving in the store, and on his way out, there was a GameStop employee, and he turned to the GameStop employee and took a mace out and maced the GameStop employee in his face. And left
over the color of Sonic's
over
arms.
the color of Sonic's arms. So obviously he is now in trouble with the law. And I need to stress this again. This is a real story, and we have actual footage of the macing. So if you would like to see that, we have the YouTube link for that. This is a real story.
I mean, you've always told me how crazy Sonic fans can get.
I told you. There's your proof. So yes, this really happened. I know people are upset about Sonic Boom. I understand that. I didn't know that someone would
various reasons.
So upset that they would mace a poor GameStop employee over the color of Sonic's arms. So yeah, there's more to the story, and you can read all that if you want. Also, Chris Chan has typed up a very lengthy response to this situation, explaining why he went mad and all that good stuff. So you can read that if you want to take a descent into the mouth of madness. JD says he maced the guy because Sonic got blue arms.
That was what
I don't know what to say. It's true.
Dan says you can find the audio. from the police call. I guess it was like a 911 call.
Timid, I'm going to read some more comments on this just because it's my favorite story. Timid says, I guess it was only a matter of time until Chris Chan would pop up on here. I was unfamiliar. I knew of Sonic Jew. I didn't know the man behind it. OctoG123 says, Sonic's arms are serious business. And OctoG123 has an avatar that would not make Chris Chan happy because, as you can see, the arms are blue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Gotta go fast.
Silverstone14 says, what an idiot.
Or wait, what did that comic say? It is never time to not fast.
On my phone. Poots McGee says, ha 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 ha. Why is Chris
That's a great
Chan of all
name.
things on this site?
McGee,
I
yeah.
seriously didn't expect to see this on here. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Edit. Seems like whenever I start to feel a little bit of sympathy for Chris, he does stuff like this. You can only feel so sorry for a guy who tried to run over, mace someone for some petty reason. I did not know about the running over.
What,
We'll do
like in a car?
I guess one more
We need to
comment.
find out.
Tendonin says, like a car crash on a freeway, you never know whether to be saddened or fascinated by Chris Chan's antics. So apparently he has a long history of crazy Sonic
Mental
antics.
illness.
But maybe, right, but maybe this is the first where he's had a run-in with the law.
Mm.
Me
Dan has the
says,
scanner footage.
Me says, hold back those giveaways. Well, me, I was going to answer you, but you just left. We already did one giveaway, ho. But more to come. Mr. Sakurai has said that Bowser Jr. and the Koopa Kids were almost cut from Smash Brothers. Said they almost didn't make it. Let me get to that specific part. Okay. There are cases where we simply couldn't make it in the end, but on the whole, we did a good job, and I think people at Bandai Namco Games did a great job. We had discussions on giving up on something many, many times. Bowser Jr. was on the brink of being cut, but the staff said, we'll do our best, and we made it. So he says Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS made it out on time, both in 2014, within a little more of a month than each other because of Bandai Namco's help with the games. We heard a long time ago that Bandai Namco was going to be involved with the game. And some people were worried that that might muddy the game experience, but they did an excellent job, it seems. And that just means Nintendo and Bandai Namco are growing even closer. It's funny, I would never have picked that company as one Nintendo would work so closely with, but they have an outstanding relationship right now. I mean, they've worked together on a number of titles. They have more projects coming up. Bandai Namco is publishing Project Cars for Wii U later this year. So it's cool to see them working together. And who knows what will happen in the future. But collaborations, especially with other Japanese companies, is not a bad thing by any means. So pretty cool. First comment comes from G-Man, sir, and he says, before Smash 4 was revealed, Bowser Jr. was my #1 Mario newcomer. The way they incorporated him, the clown car, and all the Koopalings was more than I expected. This pleases my Koopa shells. Well, I'm glad you got what you wanted. Zero Skill 3D says, I wonder how many half-finished characters were cut from the roster. Perhaps they could be future DLC? I don't know.
I don't know.
North America, what do we get this week? North America got Bionic Commando Elite Forces on the 3DS Virtual Console. I believe this is the Game Boy Color game. It's a great game. I liked it, and I remember being really impressed by the animation. You are the perfect combination of man and machine, a bionic commando equipped with a bionic claw that will be extremely handy when infiltrating the danger zone. Blast through enemy lines as you grapple, swing, and scale more than 20 levels of forests, deserts, mountains, and futuristic cities. You are the last hope in saving your homeland from utter destruction. Suit up, soldier!
Is that in order?
Yes. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire, the Game Boy Advance games, are on the Wii U Virtual Console. That's self-explanatory. Lots of sales running from January 1st until January 29th. They're eShop must-haves. Games on sale include Shovel Knight on 3DS and Wii U. Unepic is also on sale. And the games everybody's been waiting for a sale on. That's snarky. I take that back. Dress to Play Cute Witches and Dress to Play Magic Bubbles.
Ooh.
So if you've been waiting for those to go on sale, your wish has come true. First comment comes from K-Dog number 1, and he says, ooh, Shovel Knight and Unepic are on sale? That's quite nice. I've been meaning to check out Unepic. It seems like something I would like. Mr. Miyamoto sat down with Nintendo Dream, the Japanese magazine Nintendo Dream, which he's done many times in the past. And he took a survey with him that he's taken twice before. But the thing is, the first time he took the survey was all the way back in 1997. The second time he took the survey was all the way back in 2006. And now, 2014, he's taken the survey again. So here are the questions he was asked. Are you having fun at work? In 97, he said yes. In 06, he said yes. And now he says yes. I am only going to read you the ones where his answers... Well, I'll read you all of them, but I'll go through all the years where his answers change. He said, I often dream of work. Every year, he says no. I consider myself a good fortune. In the original interview, he said yes. In the middle interview, he said a big yes. And the recent interview, he says big yes again, waving about excitedly. So he considers himself a very good fortune. I want to make games until I die. First 2 interviews, he said yes. This time he said now, after thinking about it, no. And then he said, maybe. He says, if I were reborn, I would work for Nintendo again. He originally said maybe, then he said maybe again, and now he says yes. I want to be president of Nintendo. He's never said anything other than no. I don't fully understand what young people are talking about. His original answer was no. Then he said maybe, and now he says yes, but he's trying to stay in the loop. He's never been a morning person. He's a good husband. He originally said yes. His middle interview, he said yes. Now he says, after thinking about it, he says no. Because he says, if I say no, the reality might actually become a yes. So maybe his family would be like, of course you're a good dad or husband. I'm a good parent, same thing. He originally said maybe, then he said yes, and now he says no, but he's hoping for the other answer. I'm being loved by my subordinates. Originally said maybe, then said no, and then laughs and says no this time. I'm glad I was born Japanese. This is really interesting. In 98, he said no. In 2006, he said maybe, and now he says yes. I want to live till I'm 100. 98, he said yes. 06, he said yes. Now he says no. But he says, I don't think I'm ever going to die. He really says that. I don't like planes. Yes, yes, and yes. And he says he always takes trains if he has the option. I want to fall in love again. Yes, yes, and yes. He says always. He says this answer will always be yes. And he's asked if he wants to make a movie, and he says no, no, no. So there you go. Some stuff about Miyamoto you don't usually get to hear. I think that's pretty cool. First comment comes from Zero Revolution, and he says, strange how he doesn't believe he's a good parent or husband. And he did make the Pikmin short movies. I guess he just doesn't want to make another. Well, maybe he doesn't consider, like, animated short movies, you know, non-theatrical releases of movie. Mr. What time are we at here? Mr. Sakurai said he talked about the inclusion of the Mii Fighter in Smash, as well as Dr. Mario's return and Duck Hunt's inclusion. So if you want to read that, you can. I'm not going to go through all that. Oh, Bill Trinan today. I just posted this as a top story. Bill Trinan did an interview with Techno Bubble, and he talked about how NES Remix came to be. He talks about Nintendo's overall philosophy on game development. Talks about criticism Nintendo gets for sticking with their IP. Discusses the recent surge in old school gaming. He's asked if other franchises will get the Mario Maker treatment. I'll read that answer. He says, we have nothing to announce on that. Excuse me. Mr. Tezuka is working hard on Mario Maker, and the game is progressing really nicely. I think it's going to be a lot of fun seeing what people are able to do with the game when it comes out. During E3, we had everyone from moms and kids to longtime Nintendo fans and newer folks who just got into gaming having tons of fun with the way they were able to create stages. Depending on how people react, we'll see if the teams take a similar approach with other franchises. How cool would it be if you got to make like your own Zelda dungeons or something like that? Talks about region locking, and he says, unfortunately, I'm not the right person to ask about that, as he's not fully involved in that side of the systems. But he does acknowledge that Mr. Iwata commented on it recently. and says it was originally a solution to a number of challenges on the development and publishing side, but they need to find other solutions to address that issue. And then he talks about Wii U in general. He says the Wii U is not only the best place to get exclusive content, but players are also getting the most fun with it. He talks about the big titles that came out and are coming up. Coming up this year are Splatoon, Mario Maker, Hyrule Warriors was just released, Bayonetta 2. And he says the Wii U's exclusive lineups of software is getting rave reviews. And you see that the Metacritic user scores tend to be even higher than what the media gives. And the media already has set records for Wii U review averages. So hopefully, if you're a Wii U owner, you are enjoying it. And if you're not, you are being tempted to get one. I mean, this year's Zelda and a new IP in Splatoon and Mario Maker is very unique. And Yoshi's Woolly World is coming out. And Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is right around the corner. And then all your Virtual Console stuff and all your eShop originals. Blade Master says, Mario games, he's quoting Mr. Trinan, and Mr. Trinan says, Mario games release more frequently, but we don't have a new Mario game this year, so it's not an annual event. And to that, Blade Master says, So there's not going to be a new traditional Mario this year, which is not really a surprise. All right. That's it. That's our news. I said half hour, 4 or 5 minutes. That's good. Now I have to figure out a question. I have to figure out a question for a code giveaway. Oh man.
How about
Kirby? What'd you play this week? I'll think while you guys are talking.
Okay.
I didn't play anything.
Well, that's what I said last week. Yeah, I don't know. Not much. I played a little more Peggle Blast. That's about it. Or,
that's it?
I'm sorry, what is it? Is it Blast or Blitz?
I don't remember.
What was it?
Peggle, the new Peggle. I played the new Peggle.
It's Blast. Okay.
Well then.
That was about it.
Mombre, what'd you play?
Drawful.
Is that it?
Yep.
Great.
We played D&D. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, we did play
I don't know if
our
we're counting
first real game
tabletop
of
games
D&D.
here.
I mean, it is a game. It's not a video game. But yeah, we played our first real game of D&D last week.
We're a bunch of tabletop nerds now.
After the podcast we played. All right. Question for a giveaway. Not related to the news I just read.
What does Do Michaels usually say when we introduce him on the show?
This is our question. I got to make it something like all-encompassing for the site rather than just podcast. God, this is tough. Mom Brain, you want to do the question?
Yeah, bring it up for me.
While I try and think of something.
Or do you want me to bring it up?
I got it right here. Oh, I didn't do what I played. That's true. But I didn't really play much this week because of family and other stuff going on. Did I play anything on 3DS or Wii U or anything in general? Oh, what did we play? I guess it was just like the Jackbox games again. We played a lot of Drawful, and that was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do your question.
Well, I'm looking.
Ray.
I'm looking something up.
Why?
Because the question, I don't know what the question person is asking. All right, so this question comes from Dark Thea, or Thea, Thea, not sure. But Dark Thea wants to know, you said, ask anything. What are your thoughts on the holometer experiment?
I don't know much about the experiment other than it's like, I know it's like, is the world in 2D or 3D? Like, are we a hologram in 2D or it's something like that?
So the holometer, it says the Fermilab holometer is a new kind of instrument designed to study the quantum character of space itself, measures the quantum coherence of location with unprecedented precision. Help us understand space and time better, what they're made of, and how they relate to matter and energy.
Does it say anything about holograms?
Laser light passing through an arrangement of mirrors will show whether space stands still or it always jitters by a tiny amount, carrying all matter with it, due to quantum geometrical fluctuations. We call this new property of space-time holographic noise.
Yeah, it's something like, TV characters don't know that they're on a 2D plane in a fake 3D world, but is it the same for us?
That's what Wheelie says. That we're like in 3D, but maybe there's something that's in 4D watching us.
4D! I have my question.
So, what are your thoughts on the experiment? Or on the...
I think it's an
really
interesting idea. I don't know, whatever... I don't know... I don't know how someone came up with that idea and is finding a way to test it to say yep, we're 3D.
Yeah, I don't know how they would be able to find definitive evidence.
Yes, exactly.
One way or the other.
It's definitely cool.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say they do it and they find out we are a hologram. Is it really going to change how anybody does anything? I don't know.
No, but it would be cool to know that. If there's something that could be known, I think we should know it.
And then what? Maybe there's something else out there controlling us.
Yeah. I don't know. But I feel like
maybe if we find it out, the thing controlling us is uh-oh, I'm screwed, and they hit a delete button. We're gone.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't know it was coming. As long as I
but
don't
if
know
the
it's
test
coming,
told us
all
it was
right.
coming.
Well, then.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to know.
All right, I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question.
We mentioned Codename. Now, again, this is for another Retro City Rampage code. We mentioned Codename Steam earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you guys have been paying attention to that. No answers at the table. Codename Steam. You're typing this answer into the IRC. Codename Steam has a historical figure in it that helps you on your quest. Who is it? Type the answer into the chat. That's a good question. That was a great hug. I saw an interview with, him, Shrimp Guy, and two of the other people from Twin Peaks. Recently, they did it this summer for the DVD release. Shrimp Guy looks the best out of all of them, to tell you the truth.
I had a dream about Agent Dale Cooper the other night.
Wow.
Agent Dale Cooper.
Were you in the red room?
No, but great.
All right, Magic Trooper. Magic Trooper is the first one. He got it. Magic Trooper, you are the winner. Congratulations. Send an email to rawmeatcowboy@gmail.com and let me know your place of origin. Let me know if you're in Europe or North America, and I will get you the specific code. Now, those of you that all tried to answer and didn't get in, I'm sorry you didn't win, but please don't give up all hope. We have more codes to give away. We're done for the podcast today, so if you'd like to stop watching, thank you for the time you spent with us. If you'd like to continue watching, thanks for sticking around. But like I said, don't lose hope. We have more codes to give away. We will be doing it on GoNintendo.com. We'll be doing it on our Twitter, which is @GoNintendoTweet. And we will be doing it on Instagram, which is just GoNintendo on Instagram. Charlie has said Hitler. That is incorrect. So, yeah, follow along on all those. And if you don't want to follow on Instagram and Twitter, that's completely fine, because I will post on GoNintendo itself the details for the other contests. And not all contests will require you to follow GoNintendo on Twitter or Instagram. Just like our Renegade Kid one earlier in the week, you could do it by GoNintendo.com by leaving a comment or favoriting a tweet and retweeting it. So don't feel bad. Red Dragon says, yeah, bye, I'm out of here. But then he says, only joking. Yeah, I know people come in just to... I know people come in just to get the prizes. I'm not upset by that at all.
Fabulous prizes.
And so says, thanks for the help, Hitler. That's going to be a DLC campaign. Alternate universe, good Hitler.
It's going to be Mecha Hitler.
Yes. The one from the end of Wolfenstein. Mom Brain, do you have music? Questions and music. Questions, please go to GoNintendo.com's message board. You can get there via the community tab on GoNintendo.com. Click on the GoNintendo board. Thank you. Enter the podcast thread, and in there will be podcast questions. Please leave us a question.
Please
about
leave us alone.
anything you want. Any type of question, be it related to Nintendo or the hologram thing, or favorite foods, or what colors taste like, or whatever you want. Anything. We will answer anything, and we're happy to. And music, you can submit music for the upcoming music trivia section to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com. Feel free to submit 1 or 20 songs.
If you've never sent music before, we would love to hear from you. We have a lot of die-hard music submitters that we hear from every week, who I am incredibly grateful for. But it would also be cool to hear from some new people. And, every once in a while, we'll get somebody that says, oh, first-time submitter. And it's always nice to see that, somebody taking the leap.
I think this week I'm going to put up on regular GoNintendo.com that information, like in a post and everyday thoughts. So people, you want to hear the crazy thing? Right now we have more viewers than when we were giving away stuff. So thank you to the people that just came in. If you're trying to win something, you missed your chance.
Sorry, guys.
Goodbye, everybody. All right, let's do some music.
So this first song comes from Raj Chaos.
It sounds like Bayonetta to me.
It's not.
Really makes me feel like Bayonetta.
No, it's not.
The Wonderful 101.
Nope.
Just guessing another platinum game. How about
Okami?
Yes.
Another
Oh,
platinum game. Or, I'm sorry,
right? Isn't that funny?
Clover.
Kirby got it right, and it was Okami for the Wii, and Raj Chaos sent that to us.
Ooh, I got one.
You've been doing really well lately.
Hey, thanks.
Our next song comes from Nate Senpai.
Notice me, senpai. Oh, Game Boy.
Is it Game Boy?
It's not. Well, it's
Game Boy Color?
no.
NES?
No. I mean,
Game & Watch?
it is.
Really?
Yeah, Game & Watch Gallery 4
Oh.
on the GBA.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I understand.
So Kirby got it. It was from Nate Senpai, and it was Game & Watch Gallery 4
He
on
noticed
the
this.
GBA.
Thank you for noticing us, senpai.
This one comes from Fred McNanner.
One of my favorite names.
Fred McNanner.
Okay. It's TurboGrafx 16.
It is.
It's a pinball game.
Yep.
Alien Crush?
Not Alien Crush.
Devil Crush?
Yay! Let it go. This is such a cool song.
This is Devil's Crush on the TurboGrafx 16, later released on the Virtual Console.
The most badass pinball music I've ever heard. So good. I had never played it until it was on the Virtual Console, and all the reviews were like, the music. So I got this game, and I was like, whoa! You're just like hitting flippers. It's amazing. Well, let's see now. Which one is this? Alien? Devil's Crush? I mean, they're like, they're kind of like pentagrams and demons and
in the
like
middle
blood
of
and
the
guts.
V, and Devil's Crush is like a big bloodshot
Yeah.
eyeball.
Yeah. And Alien Crush has like aliens bursting out of stomachs and stuff. They're pretty cool pinball games. All right.
So that was Devil's Crush on the TurboGrafx 16
Available
/Virtual
on your
Console.
Wii Virtual Console, as well as the Wii mode on your Wii U, because you can still access the shop over there.
And it was sent to us by Fred McNanner.
Great choice, Fred McNanner.
So this song comes from My Body Is Ready.
Ready or Reggie?
Ready.
The Game Boy?
No.
NES?
Yep.
How about Monsters in My Pocket?
Nope.
Sounds monster to me. How about,
Is it a licensed game?
No. Not as far as I know.
I'm going to guess, it's not Fester's Quest, but I'll guess
No.
Fester's Quest.
Is it a Star Tropics?
Nope.
I don't know. I do. You give up?
Yeah.
All right, we give up.
I've never heard of it. Kickle Cubicle
I've heard of it.
Oh,
Never
on
played
the
it.
I've also heard of it.
NES. So that was Kickle Cubicle on the NES from My Body Is Ready.
I remember,
Kickle Cubicle.
yeah, I used to call it Kickle Cubicle.
Yeah.
Whoa! That's a way better way of
And why
saying it.
wouldn't you,
Kickle
really?
Cubicle. It must
Kickle
have seemed like an
Cubicle.
ad for it in a magazine. I don't know.
All right. So this next little ditty comes from Sally Your Pal.
The Mario game? Mario Party?
Nope.
Is it a Mario game?
Yeah.
Can I have the system?
I believe. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure it was Wii. No, Cube. Sorry.
Is it a sports themed game?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Depends on who you ask.
Wrestling?
Zoso187 got it.
Oh, dude was just talking about this. This is Baby Park from Mario Kart. Double Dash.
It is Double Dash. Yep.
He was literally just talking about this, and he was singing this song to me yesterday. Swear to God.
Weird.
He's like, they should put Baby Park in Mario Kart 8. And it's like, that music was great.
Well, there you have
He
it.
was right.
All right. This one comes from Donut Muffin.
It's 1001 Spikes.
It is.
One of the guys that's one of the characters, the alternate characters that's supposed to be like
Mr.
Mario,
Video Game.
but isn't Mario. Yeah. I should talk to that jerk and see if I can get some codes from him.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of
That was Snark.
No, that is truthful. I should talk to the wonderful Tyrone Rodriguez and see if I
Now
can get
that's snarky.
some codes.
Okay, so that was from Donut Muffin, and it was 1001 Spikes. And I didn't actually. I forgot to recap the song before that, which was a song from Double Dash, and it was sent to us by Sal Your Pal. So
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
I asked him. We'll see what he says.
Just wanted to verify that. This one comes from Piplup Water, who was in the IRC before.
He's been in and out
I don't know if
all day.
Piplup Water's still in there, but here we go.
Hey,
It's the Ninja Turtle team?
yeah, I believe it's the Manhattan Project.
Oh, that's the third one, right?
Yes, you're correct. So this song is from Piplup Water.
Let it go. Let it go.
TMNT3
Turn it up
NES.
one more. Oh, it's so good. This is when Tommy was doing really good music. This part's great. Alright, it's over. Great music in that game.
All right. This one comes from Combo Meal.
It's gotta be Sonic.
It is.
It's not bad. I just know it's Sonic. Sonic Adventure 2.
No.
Sonic Heroes.
No.
Sonic and the Black Knight?
No.
Sonic Adventure.
No.
Sonic and the Secret Ring?
Nope.
Oh, this one's really familiar. Sonic Colors.
Yes.
Yeah, Sonic Colors had a good soundtrack.
So Combo Meal sent us that song, and it was Sonic Colors. Wired sent us this little ditty.
Oh boy. I don't like that look. It's NES for sure. I feel like it's a sports game. Is that a wrong feeling? Okay, I'm gonna guess all sports games I know. Blades of Steel.
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa.
Park.
I was gonna say Tecmo Bowl.
That was almost my first guess. Well, I don't know if I told the story in the podcast, but my cousin, when this was new, he used to like print off of his computer with a dot matrix printer like his season of games and like hang it up next to the TV and like check mark matches. I clearly don't know about sports and like write the scores down and everything. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Brian.
Well, in between.
In between spying on people across the street, yes.
Yep.
Like, I think I've talked about that on the podcast. My cousin had he lived in the second floor of the house and his bedroom was facing across the street.
Did he have like a telescope?
He was obsessed with the idea that the people across the street were doing something illegal.
He had them under surveillance.
Yeah, and he had like binoculars and like a huge binder. I mean, like probably this big, full of like things he had written down about them, like times they were leaving and coming in and suspicious activity.
Imagine you find out that the 9-year-old next door had you under surveillance.
Right.
And
then
it's
he
like a
disappeared.
notebook of like poorly handwritten notes with bad punctuation and grammar.
Yeah, right?
Great.
I wonder if he still got that book. I would love to see that.
I venture to say that maybe someone has.
He
one.
let me take on spying duties every once in a while. I had to be meticulous about my findings, but never found out what went down over there. Dr. Meow Blah has left the chat. I just want everybody to know that.
We're very sorry. So this one, well, the last song was from Wired, and it was Blades of Steel on the NES. And this is our last song, and it comes from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks. I can't place if this is Genesis or... Oh, I don't know what this is. Can you tell me system? I don't know.
SNES.
Is it? That feels like a crappy license game to me.
Yeah, it would.
That's like the signature noise of crappy license games.
Which
Or
noise?
license games.
Really?
Yep. It screams license game.
Judge Dredd?
No.
How about a Spider-Man game?
No.
An X-Men game?
No.
Was there a little hint there?
A Wolverine game?
Nope.
Is it a comic book character?
Maybe.
Captain Bucky O'Hare. Venom? Carnage?
No.
Comic book characters were there that were popular. It's none of the X-Men. How about like Captain America or
The Avengers?
Garfield?
Does it involve the Justice League?
I don't want to pass it up now that we know it's comic book.
Batman?
No.
Fido Dido.
No.
Batman was good. Superman.
No.
All right, what is it?
It was Marvel superheroes in War of the Gems.
Well, I would have never gotten it. So
And that was from Jet Jaguar.
good one, Jet
It
Jaguar.
was on the SNES.
You got us, Jet Jaguar.
I knew it was a licensed game. I don't know if it's crappy. I've never played it, but I feel like that's worth 0.5, honestly. Judge Judy, do you have our score? You know, Judge Judy's still on TV.
Good for her.
Weird.
She makes a lot of money, man.
She makes a lot of noise.
Thanks for joining. She does make a lot of noise. Thanks for joining, Guy Bonds. You've joined at the end of the show. Judge Judy's dead. So
Don't say something.
I think we got everyone right.
You just said she was still on TV.
as of yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Judge Judy says 8 right, 2 wrong.
I'll
Not
take
too
it.
bad at all.
Yeah, well done, guys.
Some might
Good.
say 8.5 right, 1.5 wrong, but that's up for debate. Thanks for joining us. If this was your first time, I appreciate it. I'm sorry if you didn't win, but congratulations to the people that won. Zoso
Guybon
and...
says, RMC didn't wait to start the show until I got here. Not surprising.
Who was the other one that won? Zoso, I remember, and then...
Mysticoin? No.
No, I thought it had an M in it, yeah.
Was it? No.
Well, whatever. Congratulations. Send me your emails. Again, if you missed that email, romycowboy@gmail.com. Don't try and fudge it and pretend you're the winner, because I know. Trust me. I have ninjas watching. And like I said, we will have more giveaways soon. We have lots more codes to give away. So we'll do some more of those this whole month. Lots of fun stuff to give away. But thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for Magic Trooper. That's who it was. Magic Trooper was the winner. Thanks for joining and watching and listening and having fun, and hope you're having a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
All right. After show.
After show.
We are exporting the show. You are allowed to ask whatever you want, and we will be out of your hair in about 5 minutes.
Out of your
No,
back down.
Zoso, thank you. Thank you for winning. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy the game. I know retro themed stuff doesn't tickle everyone's fancy, but I hope you enjoy
Doesn't
it.
please everyone's.
Nipples. No. Not everyone's nipples will be pleased by retro stuff.
Not
But,
everyone's.
and congratulations again, Magic Trooper.
Not everyone's nips will be turned to please.
That's a beautiful hairstyle, Martha Washington. Nintendo says bearded ninjas. Yes, there are bearded ninjas. Wolfric Chaser says, did you ever figure out what the name of the show was you mentioned a few podcasts back? The one about CG and traditional animation with metallic cars.
Oh, yeah.
Wolfric Chasers thought I was talking about Adam.
No, you were talking about the one that used to be on Disney XD or
Yes.
whatever. And
I'm going to look it up right now.
what's it called? Like Motor City?
Oh,
Is that
hey, I completely forgot. Nintendo's birthday was yesterday.
Oh, great
I
job.
meant to say something
Happy
on
birthday.
pod.
Is that it? Was it called Motor City?
I'm going to look it up right now. I need to see what it looks like. Motor City, that's it.
Oh, I got it.
Motor City. I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you reminded me, because I would like to go back and watch it. Will I ever shave my face again, says Guy Bonds. Probably not. What are my most wanted games of 2015? The Legend of Zelda Wii U, obviously.
Oh.
When am I ever going back to E3? If Nintendo does a traditional big stage show, I will be there. If they don't, then I won't, because it's much easier for me to cover from home, because they're doing stuff on the internet. And it doesn't make sense for me to be on the show floor when they're putting on stuff online. I mean, I would love to play the stuff, but it's more important for me to cover it than to play. No, Magic Trooper, not Nintendo's birthday. It was Nintendo's birthday. So yeah, I don't know if they're ever going to do that again, because last year they did such an excellent job. Last year was one of their best E3s ever. So I don't know if they'll return to the big style show, unless maybe they'll do that for like new hardware, like the true successors to the 3DS and the Wii U. They'll have a big traditional show at E3 again. But that's for right now. It seems like they're enjoying their online approach to it. And after the last E3, I can't complain. Oni says, look into my magic ball and predict when the new 3DS North America announcement will be. It will be the new 3DS will be announced for North America in the second week of February 2015. And it shall be done. There's my prediction. Nintendo is going to E3 this year. Magic Trooper says Nintendo's 2014 E3 was amazing. Hope 2015 is even better. All right, show's done exporting. Thank you for joining us. We had a wonderful show. I hope you had a wonderful time. Now go play some games, or take a nap, or eat some food, or hang out with friends or
Eat your
family,
food.
or watch some movies or TV. Go watch Motor City. Tell me what you think about it. Talk to me on Facebook. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Me on Yahoo Chat.
Me on Yahoo Chat. That's right. We will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.